saw her walking ahead of me. I hope I can catch up to her. It's already happened.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I saw his car wasn't here. He wasn't until his time. Council meeting, probably. Don't want to do any more than he has to. I could tie or go ahead of that before we got to the, I don't know that I had any money. Second one this year. Another day for number 2. Shouldn't be too long of a meeting.
City.
So he doesn't have anybody bothering him about how bad it looks?
Because where that's at, it's actually a city property on the other side of him, but it's in the county. Explain that one.
Well, who cleans up for the county?
It's supposed to be Aaron and Jamie.
She shows up tonight.
What light you talking
Because
about?
it's one of those that falls just outside of what I can. Because I've argued with him before about it.
You know, I went to see my poor parents in the graveyard, and I look across the street. You know, you're like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you probably talk up there on, yeah, I know what street you're on
There's-
now.
Right
I
there.
was honestly driving by one way, and I took all these pictures, my son did a So I said to Momsy, I said,
Oh, that's the back of what's his name's house, I'll bet you.
so I said, turn around and go back the other way. And he said, no, Susie.
Yeah, that's right on the corner there of Grant and Seaton. I used to deliver mail over there.
I said, no, turn around and go back. And I
Yep.
sent it to Rena. I sent it to Rena.
Scott, how's it going?
Jurisdiction. And then he sent me another email that said, okay, and it was,
Yeah. But
Sit down. Chop, chop.
I'm sorry.
Got the old train here. At least we're up and running.
No, that clock's fast. Well, maybe not.
This is the only thing that freaks me out. Other than that, I'm fine.
And I'll get excited with you. And you'll
Just save that excitement for someone else.
Yeah. Okay, it's 5:30 tonight, it's February 2nd, 2026. We call to order a public safety meeting. I'd like to, Chief Heisman. Everybody got the email I sent you, right? About the evidence dude?
Evidence dude.
So explain something about it, and then we'll go from there.
So this is something that former Chief Yike had talked about implementing at some point. Was basically, once our evidence officer that was coming up for retirement, we would replace him with a civilian position. The state police, I believe Frankfurt and maybe Wabash all do the same thing. It allows for you to have an extra officer now, instead of an officer filling that slot as a full-time position. It frees up that position, and then, then you basically have that part-time civilian officer that, or person that comes in and would handle your day-to-day evidence operations, taking evidence that the patrol division or detectives might bring in, processes that, puts it all in our computer system, make sure that it's properly marked, and then if anything needs to go to the state police lab, they're responsible for taking that to the lab and then picking that up from the lab and bringing it back to us. Other duties would be to check evidence out for officers going to court, being available for that. So when they go to court, they come back, then obviously there's a process that they have to then check that system or check that evidence back into our computer system. So with that being said, our evidence tech retired at the end of this, well, the beginning of this year, and so I wanted to try to implement this as soon as we could. Right now, it falls on the lap of one of our other detectives, and the detectives have to be on call. They have to take cases when they're on call. Not only that, but working cases during the day. So to have that guy also then trying to keep up with the evidence, I think would be an insurmountable task for them to do, or kind of, one would get neglected over the other, and I don't want that to happen. So that's where we have a part-time guy that comes in, I call part-time, he's basically Monday through Thursday, whatever, and is able to fully focus on nothing but the evidence and also do what's called purging, is purging old evidence out of our inventory, which is overly, pretty packed right now, so it's overdue. We need to get that done, so, but yeah, I think I provided you with all the property and evidence section, what details, what their responsibilities are to do, and daily tasks, daily job management. So then I did notice in our budget for part-time animal control, we had $20,000. I've talked to Dave and BJ about this extensively. The worry was that our current animal control officer would kind of get overburdened with being on call all the time, which I don't expect him to do. I don't think that's fair. It's for somebody to have to be on call 24/7 or on the evenings and weekends the entire year. So we worked out a deal. I talked to Keith and told him, anytime you need, to be off call, just let me know. We'll get you a weekend off, so on and so forth. So I don't think Keith is overly worried about getting burnout in that aspect. So that's where I thought if we could move this 20,000 over to towards the part-time evidence guy, that's what I was looking at doing. Obviously, we'd have to come up with another probably 10,000 on top of that next year to make it 30,000 a year, no benefits, anything like that. And then also, I don't have to pay comp time or overtime or anything like that for that position. So, what questions do you have?
Sean, I kind of looking through here, who's your investigation division commander? I mean, would that be you?
No, that is Lieutenant John Rogers.
John Rogers is in charge of
Yes.
that?
He would oversee that position in his
Okay.
daily duties.
And then, did you tell me that, you say you have one other person that can check that in? Is that?
Right now, yes.
Is that Rosie that does? is
Detective
the-
Rosie,
So he would be like the alternate?
yes, yeah.
Which,
He could be our backup. So
Yeah.
are there two Detective Rosies? Which one?
just want Jason Rosie.
Okay, I thought Chris was too.
He's a detective, but he's not an evidence.
Oh, okay.
So we only assign like two people to do the evidence. One that is kind of a backup to the other. That way, if they need a day off or on vacation, that backup officer is working and able to get evidence in and out. So basically, Detective Rosie would then still be a backup to the civilian position.
You have someone in mind for this position already?
There's several people that I've heard that are qualified for it, but I'm sure we would open it up for
Okay.
city hiring. We'd post it for anybody to apply. Yeah.
What type of training would they be needing?
Training, I don't know that there's any yearly training for it, but they would have to already be qualified or certified, probably being familiar with our operating system and have done chain of custody and evidence before, testified in courtrooms, because that would be part of the job description too, would have to testify in court cases as chain of evidence.
So you assume most of these would probably be retired officers?
I would assume they would probably be retired officers.
$20,000 cover the year of 2026?
No, well, I don't remember how we figured that out.
Discussed it, but we can look into that. What I think we'll have to do, Sean, is I think you should probably get with HR and have them write up an actual description. You know, you showed us what they do in here, but, times, what, the expectations of the job and the salary range and things like that, so it can be put out publicly. But we can work on that, like you said, we should have some flexibility. You've been short of help to start with, so we should have some funding, but determine that range. But what you were talking, like in the $30,000 range?
Yes,
So I think there'd be some leeway within their budget.
To come up with the other $10,000
Yeah.
in 2026? Okay. And the dog person that you talked about, so that's where we're taking this money from?
For part-time, there was money allotted for a part-time on-call, animal control officer. That's where that line item, that's where that would come from.
Oh, we have a full-time
Yes, ma'am.
animal control person, so we don't necessarily need a part-time unless, I don't know.
Well, we were just concerned, we put it in the budget because there was a concern that, you know, because Keith has basically been on call 24/7, 7 days a week. We don't want that to continue, so Sean has said that, you know, if there were emergency situations on weekends, that you guys would actually handle it. Some calls aren't emergencies, they can wait, but for emergencies, that your department would be able to handle that, is that correct?
Yes,
So that he could have time off and not have to.
Keith is the person that is our full-time
Yeah.
person that we split with the county financially,
Well, we pay a salary.
but they pay for other things.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be on call 24/7. I mean, he's not a doctor.
no.
No, Sean's talked to him, I've spoke with him personally, so, and I think BJ's talked to him, haven't you?
Any other questions? All right. Yeah, I've talked to Robin, and she told us what we can do, and you get with HR and set up the whole description, then we'll go from there and get it publicized, and then,
But can he go ahead and get this going now, or does he have to
Well,
wait? till-
yeah, basically, I mean, we can shift right into finance here. Basically, what we'll have to do, like he spoke about, the part-time is in the salary ordinance, we'll amend the salary, we'll have to go through the process of amending the salary ordinance, we'll add in a new line item. You know, that was one of the questions I had for you, Sean. Is it, what do you want the title of this position to be? I mean, I just penciled in here evidence handler,
Evidence technician.
evidence tech.
So can he go ahead and move forward with this, or does he have to wait until we change the salary ordinance and he
He can
gets the
start
job
moving, he
description?
can start moving if you guys are willing to go along with this position. He can start working with HR on the job description, and we can start the process moving forward on the financial parts of it and get it in place for the next meeting.
Okay, so I recommend that you, I'm not recommending, I am. Sorry, I just think that if you just move forward with this and then you can get an idea of how you want to fill this position, because you know how things just take time and you're already having other detectives do this work and you don't want them doing it. So I would just move forward and try to have this in position in March, because we're in February already. Sure. Okay, thank you. Yeah, fine.
All right,
much.
thank you.
5:41, my meeting's over. Uncle Dave, it's up to you.
All right. All right, it's 5:41, like BJ said, we'll start finance. Malcolm, you want to come on up? Malcolm is going to, we talked about him last finance meeting, but they weren't on the agenda, so he's just going to kind of review the grants that are on tonight's council agenda if we move forward with them. And then he's going to give you an update on where we're at with the Memorial Center.
You want just to roll right into the
Yeah.
other, or, okay.
Yep.
You're going to have him just move into the update on the Memorial Center, because Jim and Mercedes are coming to the actual meeting thinking he's going to do this at the meeting.
Just need to ask a lot of questions. You know, you're pretty good at that. We'll go through the grants again, Malcolm. Do you have, you
Yeah,
have that
okay.
information there?
So, you
And
know,
then we can wait a few minutes if they're coming for the presentation at 6. Okay, yep.
last year, the city received over $780,000 in grant money, several grants. for the rehabilitation of the Memorial Center. The overall cost, of course, is so much that we're having to put things together in phases, matching grant opportunities to the things that we need at the appropriate time. So there are 2 grants that are coming up available soon. I'm hoping that we have the same success this year, similar magnitudes that we had last year. But the 2 that are coming up in the near term are small grants. And in this case, $20 of matching funds will get you $40,000. The first one is the Johanna Favreau Historic Grant. We have an opportunity, or we have an idea, after discussing it with our architects, the various things that we could do next as appropriate. We really can't do a lot of construction and apart from this construction until we close out the Okra grant. But in the meantime, we can do as much planning as we want. So we do need, because it was excluded from the current construction scope, to move this forward as far as we can with accessibility, ADA ramps. There's a lot of things to take into account there as far as how to get people in the building and then how to move around once you're inside. So the Favreau grants 1-to-1 match, $15,000, and specifically for planning. And we want to get a proposal from Ratio Design, the company that's currently doing all the architectural work, to, within a budget of about $30,000, do the planning for ramps on the north side of the building that would proceed down into the gymnasium, and then on the west side of the building, which would get into the banquet room. That's quite a bit of work because there's quite a bit of elevation change, and ADA ramps now have to be 12-to-1, so 1 foot of elevation change, 12 feet of ramp. And to do that without detracting from the beauty of the
Start at
building,
Broadway.
and to make it blend in, with the historic nature is quite a bit of a challenge. The other grant is the National Preservation Fund, and this is the year that we will want to launch capital campaign. I mean, we've had to wait for specific reasons because all the grants have constraints. And the big one that we're hoping for this year, Jeffers Family Foundation Capital Challenge Grant. They've been very encouraging. They've given us 1 grant already to complete a historical structure report. And then if they're happy with that report, then they'll help fund the interior rehabilitation. But they don't want us to launch a capital campaign until they've made that decision sometime around August. So whether we get that grant or not, we want to launch a capital campaign, and we need to plan for that now. It'll be to have an event, it'll be community engagement. It will bring everybody up to speed in the whole city on what we're doing, where we're going, what the road ahead is going to be. And so for that event, we'd like to pursue grant money to hold that event. $5,000 from that fund matched with $5,000 from the city would be more than enough to really get the capital campaign up and running. And so that's the idea. The first one that the Johanna Favreau grant is due on March 2nd, so 4 weeks from now, and the other one's due early June. So together, $20,000 match. It's in the resolution for the city council meeting tonight.
So you have $40,000 total,
40,000.
but none of that can happen until after we finish the Okra grant and the outside work that they're doing.
It can, the planning, all the planning can be done coincidental. There was some problem, it called, they didn't want us to commingle construction funds while we're using federal money to restore the exterior. And then the next thing I'd like to do is read into the record the specifications. We, pound for pound, we're getting a lot out of ratio right now.
Have any particular questions about the two grants he's asked about?
I thought he
Everybody's,
covered them well the last time. It's fine.
everybody's fine with having a resolution 2026-106 on council agenda tonight?
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll take a break for about 10 minutes, and we'll have Malcolm come back up at 6 and give us an update.
Okay,
Thank you, Malcolm.
these are, I load you up with these tonight.
Okay.
I'd like a copy of that, please.
Yeah. Shoot. No, that's okay, just slide them right there. Oh, I'll probably look at the maps, I don't know how much reading I'll do. It's incredible, the amount of work that we put into.
I love this thing that we're doing where we're giving the Habitat 6 lots, and they are being funded by RDC. That's amazing.
Thanks to Jonathan. He's got the magic touch. That's right. You know, we need guys like that.
Shoot. Oh, thank you, Gina. Did you guys have a good tour?
Yeah, we did. Overwhelming,
Yeah, it is.
it is, so.
It's gonna
They
be-
were impressed with the gym, they didn't know there was a gym there.
Somebody got the style.
Oh, is it, it's got another,
It's always the same thing. It's like I'm 70 years old.
short stuff. But I guess the one thing we're worried about is, we're gonna need more restrooms than what's in that plan. So,
Downstairs.
everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna need more, so, I mean, we have to change.
Well, there really
places.
is no plan on the inside yet.
Right,
You know,
okay,
we know
well,
there's gonna be, you know, we figured like upstairs, there'll just be unisex, that won't be his.
well, we went through it and we've been working on our ideas about what we've been
Well,
hoping.
I think, I told Kelly, I think towards the end of the month, they're supposed to come up and we're gonna have a meeting about the interior towards the end of
February?
February. I
Okay.
think so. I'll get with Malcolm, and if he has an actual date, he thinks we're getting
We'd like to be a
time.
part of that.
That's why I said something to her. I thought they
Okay.
were gonna be.
Well, we've been
doing
working on our list and so we're ready to, I mean, just our ideas, so.
that. Also, I wanted to get with you, I wanted to go over, how much money's in the foundation for the golf course and how,
I
just
got-
review all that to see where we're at.
I got that all ready to go. We have foundation meeting on Wednesday, so.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm gonna have that all ready for them, so.
Okay,
So I'm ready whenever you are.
okay,
Okay.
I'll get with you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
I almost ordered a salad to go. Could you have brought me one?
He really does. I was gonna take a picture of it. I didn't want you to be jealous. I was gonna take a picture of my steak that's waiting to be cooked when I get up.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Sent you an email with his phone number so you can contact him, but he wants to set something up with you guys very, very soon to talk about
What's,
SB1 or the, yeah.
I mean, what's his purpose?
So he wants you guys to see if you guys would be willing to like make a statement or help out
Oh,
on AIM's side.
well, yeah, I've been following it pretty close, I mean, and I've been thinking I'd probably go down to the legislative dinner, but, yeah, I'd be glad to.
That's a good
get
idea.
in there and speak on it.
Yeah, but yeah, his phone number's there, so you can call him.
All right.
All right. Things been going well? Yeah. As long as that's recording, doing well. It's the only issue. Exactly. Oh, trust me. We know.
No, to the eyeball.
Retired and unretired a couple times. I know. People keep bringing me back. Nice problem. Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised your wife keeps letting you. Actually, she's the one that encourages it. Get him out of the house. Exactly.
Keeps a lot of people together.
Yep.
Oh, it's been a while.
Good evening, it is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. I'm Mayor Curtis Martin, calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Common Council. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
BJ Cox.
President?
Chris Howard.
Present.
Cameron Austin.
Present.
Scott Petey.
Present.
Susie Wamsley.
Present?
Dave Morris.
Present.
We'll start with the approval of minutes from the January, oh, sorry.
I'm present.
Oh, Haley.
Oh, hey, I missed you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Haley.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're right by her.
Now we will start with the approval of minutes from the January 5th, 2026 meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Chris Howard.
Yes.
Cameron Austin.
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster.
Yes.
Scott Petey.
Yes.
Susie Wamsley.
Yes?
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Mr. Mayor, we had a public safety meeting tonight at 5:30 discussing a possible position for LPD for evidence tech that would take the patrolman out of that position and just have a part-time guy, a civilian doing the job, and we moving it forward to council after HR gets all their work done with the chief on the right wording for everything.
Finance Committee on January the 21st. We talked about additional funding for Youth Services Alliance out of the opioid funding money for drug prevention for youth, funding for an attorney contract for legal issues. We talked about Mount Hope Cemetery nomination for National Register of Historic Places, and all of those are on tonight's agenda. We also talked briefly about the Memorial Center grants that Malcolm talked about just here tonight. And also youth baseball sponsorship, which is not on the agenda, but will be paid out of our miscellaneous funds without a resolution. And then again tonight, February 2nd, we talked about the Memorial Center grants and a little bit about the part-time evidence tech as far as how that'd be funded.
Get the reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we had a planning and economic development meeting on the 21st of January. Discussed gifting Habitat for Humanity lots on Astor and Daisy Streets. Thank you.
Next, we will have the Logansport Cass County Memorial Center update by Malcolm Jarrell.
Thanks, you gonna move some slides?
No, you wanna, right? Are you, Dave, do, is there information that we need up there for him?
Was, yes, it was sent to him, and I thought he had it put on there.
Is it in the
Of
city
that, I
council?
think you can just plug it in and it will come
Oh,
out,
yeah,
right?
Malcolm's got it. Flash drive, thank you, Malcolm.
Oh, well, I think you got. Jacob, do you know? Don't you just plug it into this thing?
Yeah, but I'm not sure it'll show up on this one.
Oh, okay.
Plug it back to-
See where else in here.
Epstein files. Well, anyway, it's in the agenda. I can. So I did want to give everybody an update on the Memorial Center. We, in addition to asking for the support tonight for those two grants we talked about earlier, the invitation to bid for the exterior rehabilitation went out on Friday. So we're expecting that to move forward to the month with bidding and walkthroughs of the building, and hopefully we get some good competitive action there.
There it is.
But it's been a long road. I was thinking the other day, Scott Petey gave me a set of drawings that were created back in 2010. But I know that there were lots of discussion about getting the building restored well before that. And it's been 9 years since we went after the first Okra grant. And 2022, when the city became the sole owner of the building. And that was really the turning point. Nothing that's happened since then could or would have happened if not for the actions of the city council to acquire sole ownership of the building. And with that was rebranded Logansport Cass County Memorial Center to recognize its value certainly as a war memorial, both for the city and county residents. Next slide. So the activity's really accelerated since then. The city replaced the roof in 2024, stopped the rain from pouring in. And then 2025 was a breakthrough year, so we were able to get a lot done, including an environmental survey for the asbestos and lead paint. We restored a number of the east-facing windows, those that were in the worst condition. We developed a reuse concept in terms of turning over the completed building to the Parks and Recreation Department, having the Parks Foundation would hold the money as in a charitable account for the fund capital, when the capital campaign gets underway. Ratio Design is engaged to complete the historical structure report that Browning Day had started. And that one is, when that's completed in March, that'll open up gateways to additional grant funding. And then the National Register significance upgrade also occurred last year, where the building was, the structure was recognized as being of state-level significance compared to earlier when it was initially put on the historic register. It was local significance, and we learned that that the War Memorial is only one of 5 monuments of, that were constructed after the 1919 legislation that made funding available for structures of that type. So I'll show you a little of the exterior window work that was done. Hopefully you can see the before and after, and it should be quite, if you saw it live, it's night and day. It really speaks for itself, but a lot of craftsmanship went into the restoration of the windows, and we're hoping to take that same level of craftsmanship to the remainder of the building. So the exterior rehab work, you saw the plans and specifications for that. I was hoisting around earlier. Bid opening will be at this city council meeting next month. And award of a contract, have to work out all the contractual details and everything by May 1 and get work underway. Substantially completing all the exterior work in 2026 at a current budget of a little over $1 million. And the scope of that work is shown here in these pictures. There's a vestibule it's an entrance from the alley on the north side. It'll get a new roof. It was the only part of the only roofing work that wasn't done when the roof was replaced in 2024. There's a boiler room that's kind of a bump out onto the alley side on the north side. That's got, it had some antiquated heating equipment in there. That entire structure is crumbling, and it'll just simply be removed from the building. And it's in that, and that's where the utilities enter. That'll be rerouted. That area is where we plan to put an accessibility ramp as one of possibly 2 ramping systems that we'll have to get people into the building. And then all of the doors, windows, and steps will either be restored or replaced. These steps here into the 1922 structure on the west side will be, I'm sorry, that's on the south facing there, into the
Ballroom.
stage area in the banquet room. That'll be totally replaced. Next, the brickwork. There's a couple of structural repairs that'll be made. All of the bricks will be repointed. There's a special mineral-based coating that'll go on the outside of the 1855 structure. It's more than just cosmetic. It's actually to help repair some of the damage that was done. Paint was taken off of the building in the 1980s. And then all the limestone that's around the facing around the lower part of the building all around will be Much of that will be replaced. Cracks in the porches will be injected with epoxy. You just walk around this building and you look at the floors and you'll see where a lot of that similar type repairs been implemented here on these terrazzo tiles. And then the ornamental metal railings and lamp posts, they'll all be stripped down and repainted, and the lamps will be rewired. Fascia, rotten wood, all that taken out and painted. So it'll be fairly complete external restoration. And then the balance of this year, we're going to complete that historic structure report. Browning and Day had focused primarily on the exterior, and that's sort of led into these plans that we're implementing now. Ratio Design is focusing most of that completion work in that report on the interior. We'll get the ADA access figured out this year and apply for the Jeffers Challenge grant. Jeffers gave us $28,500 to help us finish the historic structure report. So they're invested. They've typically, the way these things go, if they get started with you, they'll finish with you. So we're hoping that we'll have a long, strong relationship with the Jeffers Family Foundation. And then late this year, launching the capital campaign, and of course applying for the small grant opportunities, the two that we've talked about tonight, and any others that come along during the year. Next. That kind of leads us to the two small grants that we discussed earlier, the Johanna Favreau Fund and the National Trust. And I hope to have your support tonight when this resolution comes up for a vote. Go ahead. I think we've talked, do we need to talk about this any further, or are there any questions about the two grants? Okay. Sort of pictured it as a little puzzle thing here, because it is fitting puzzles together to kind of figure out how to get the whole thing done, and matching opportunities that help complete the whole picture. And one, like the two grants tonight, will lead to, the next phase. Is that the last one? Just the action needed tonight.
No, I sure appreciate your work.
Well, I'm as excited about it as anybody, and
This has been a long time coming.
Okay.
So it's really appreciated.
I hope the whole, community can get excited, and I think they will when they start seeing the work done. Okay.
Malcolm, for all your
Thank
work,
you, Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Thank you.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Now on to old business, ordinance 2026-01, Councilman Morris.
It's 2026-01, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the charges for residential trash and recycling collection in the City of Logansport for the years 2026 through 2030. I bring this forward for a vote.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I would just mention to council that in your packet at the back there, you'll see that I amended proposal 4 should leave us in a pretty good position in 2030. So gives us a little bit of buffer if we have to adjust this down the road if things don't work out quite the way we expect.
For question?
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-01 passes on its second reading. On to new business, Resolution 2026-105. Councilman Petey.
Resolution 2026-105, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, to enter into and approve a land acquisition agreement with Habitat for Humanity of Cass County. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on Resolution 2026-105, please.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Resolution 2026-105 passes. Resolution 2026-106. Councilman Cox.
Resolution 2026-106, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving local match commitments for the National Trust for Historic Preservation Planning Grant applications to advanced phase rehabilitation of the Logansport Cass County Memorial Center. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on Resolution 2026-106.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Resolution 2026-106 passes. Resolution 2026-107. Councilman Howard.
Resolution 2026-107, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, authorizing the appropriation of restricted opioid settlement funding for the Youth Services Alliance. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on Resolution 2026-107.
Second. Any further discussion?
I'd just like to point out that sometimes when you do one thing, you find out maybe there's some benefits in other areas. This was a grant opportunity. Malcolm was able to locate Kurt Garneau, who upgraded the Memorial Center from local designation to state designation. And he reached out to us and told us there were grant opportunities to do different types of restoration work at our cemetery. And
This is the different one, Dave.
about the, yours is. It's just red.
This is the opioid,
It's the opioid.
5,000.
never mind. Flip the page too soon.
Call for question?
Chris
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes. Resolution 2026-107 passes. Resolution 2026-108. Councilman Austin.
Resolution 2026-108, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, appropriating funds for the preparation of an application nominating Mount Hope Cemetery to be placed on the National Register of Historic Places. Mr. Mayor, ask for a vote on Resolution 2026-108.
Second.
Any further discussion?
What I said a minute ago. This will open up some opportunities for us to get some things done. Bob met with him. He was pretty pleased with what he heard. So this is a good investment.
Call for question?
Dave Morris, Cameron Austin, Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
BJ Cox, Chris Howard,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Resolution 2026-108 passes. Resolution 2026-109. Councilwoman Wamsley.
Resolution 2026-109, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving expenditures from the rainy day fund for legal expenses. I move for a vote on Resolution 2026-109.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I'd like to point out that this resolution when we had our meetings earlier, I just wondered if you just leave this open-ended. There's no attachment to the bill that was attached at the Finance Committee meeting, and I just felt like we shouldn't just leave this open-ended. I think we should either attach their invoice that was for, I think it was like $13,101. I don't like just leaving this open when you're talking about attorney fees. I'd like to have the statement attached or have
Well-
the dollar amount put in there.
The purpose and the way that I wrote it, and we can do however you'd like on this, but the reason to leave it open-ended is that we know there will be additional fees on this issue, and we can either do it this way, or we have to come back and write a resolution every time we spend money.
Right. I understand the reason for doing it this way. I just don't like the idea. I mean, you can, if you're comfortable doing this, and, like, what if when they do this motion to correct errors, they send us a bill for $50,000? Then we're obligated to pay it under this ordinance, Dave.
Well, we are obligated to pay it. We signed a contract with them, so we're obligated, and unless we terminate their contract, we've signed a contract. So I'm not a lawyer, but, if you have them do the work, you gotta expect to pay for it, I guess is my thought on that.
All right, well, I just like to point out I'm nervous when we're paying somebody $478 an hour for their work. I don't like it. And I said that at the last meeting, so I'm done, thank you.
Come on.
Hi, Kevin McCarthy, 15 Frederick. Susan, how much did you say the bill was right now?
Right now, it's $13,101. That's what the purpose of this new resolution is for. And we've previously paid them a total of $7,193. And they're going to be doing additional work on the motion to correct error, or the appeal that's gone up on appeal for the Scott Jones case. And that's open-ended. That's what this is.
Right, so you're in it for 20 right now, give or take, right? 15 plus 7.
Right,
You're in
yeah,
for
we know
20
that.
change. How much, what's the disputed amount?
There's no disputed amount. I'm just,
How much does Scott want?
there was a decision entered in October of 2025 for a judgment against the city for $335,000. And so that's what they're appealing. And I'm just saying that,
Could you, instead of making it open-ended, maybe make it to like 40,000, and then once you hit that, you have to come back together and
well, no, Dave said we already signed a contract with them, so
Well, you
whatever.
can at 40,000, you can cease to pursue it, because, I mean, if you get to a point where you're spending more money than what you owe, that's when, you're not bound by a contract. You can say,
Yeah.
okay, cease and desist, we're not doing this anymore. We'll pay you for what you.
We're looking at an estimate of around $30,000. It's been a little more complicated because they've changed the rules on the appellate procedure about transcripts and what had to be in a transcript and how the transcript had to be done. So they've had to wrestle around with that. It's just more of a technical issue. There is a brief to be filed, which has been in process and being worked on. So we're looking at, I would guess, from my understanding, 35,000 total where we are. And then we
Right,
had a decision
that's
that
what-
goes.
I mean, the people would like to see, like, okay, what's the most we're gonna spend on this before we get, like, okay, we need to lick our wounds and go home here. I don't wanna just keep pouring money into it.
This is the final step. This is the final step, from my understanding. Is that correct, Kelly?
There is, the Indiana Court of Appeals is this level. There is a chance, because of the nature of the issue that's involved and the complicated nature of the statutory interpretation, that you might want to go, if it goes against us, that we would want to go to the Indiana Supreme Court to get it, the final decision at it.
But you make a decision at that time, are we gonna
Right.
accept the decision, or are we gonna advance to the Indiana Supreme?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know until we hear what comes out, then they may say, hey, we don't accept the decision that's in the favor of the city, and then you're having to fight it anyway, because the other side wants to fight it, so.
Yeah.
And we explored all those possibilities. We went to a mediation. We talked, we spent 2 hours down there, and he wouldn't negotiate, him and his lawyer. So it was a wasted effort. So it's all or nothing is kind of the way it's been thrown at us.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll get my head around it. Yeah, it's just kind of scary, you know, when you, like, how much more?
Trust me, we don't like it
Thinking
any,
around 35.
no one likes the situation that we're in, and I
All right,
don't
well, I
know.
appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any further conversation, discussion?
So I guess, Kelly, I have your word that you're going to pay attention to how much this attorney fee is going to be, and if you're saying that you project it to be no greater than $35,000, which I would hope, certainly not.
When we were discussing it with the attorney before we contracted with him, we were asking for estimates as to what they anticipated. He is actually involved in some of this kind of litigation with this Indianapolis and Fishers down there in their positions that they have. So it's not a new area, and then we're getting, in effect, I know it's hard to say we're getting a discount, but we are getting a good rate for what some of these things are.
Okay to have a difference of opinion about what you think a good rate is and what I think a good rate is.
Call for question.
I think we could all agree with that. I mean,
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes,
BJ Cox,
No.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Cameron Austin.
Resolution 2026-109 passes. All right, public comments. Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for us. Seeing none, council member comments.
just ask for everyone associated with the city to follow some of the legislation that's going on right now. Reach out to your representatives. They are trying to make some adjustments to the SEA 1 bill that would hopefully be more favorable for communities like Logansport. And now's the time to follow that. Everyone should be getting the AIM emails as members. And it is important to reach out and let them know how we feel about the things that are coming. So,
For council member comments. Yes?
Yeah, I was asked this past weekend by a friend, and he took me to Trinity Lutheran Church, where there was 19 people crashed there during the daytime from 8 to 8. They're homeless people. And then from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. they're there, and they're fed their lunch and supper. And then from 8 p.m. they go to Calvary Presbyterian, where they're given beds and they get to sleep in the basement, and they get to take a shower, and they're watched all night long. And then they did this for 2 or 3 days when it's the sub-zero temperature we've been having. They're looking for volunteers to help. They're looking for anything they can get, volunteers to help or money to help them take care of these people. And I think it's something in the future we should look at, or possibly, the churches are doing it, and, we can give money here, we can give money here, and, or there, and the homeless people, more and more is coming here. Look down the future to do something possible. Just an idea.
I agree. Miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. All right, seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Call for question.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
We are adjourned. Have a great night.